Namaste, welcome, welcome. All hear me well? Very good, very good. It's good. Too loud? I remember it's Friday, so we'll give priority to online. It's there. Okay. Thank you. Well, if nobody has a question, no, I'm just messing with you. Okay, let's go to Sharad.
Father, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
I have only a prayer to say, let me have the courage and strength to bear this emptiness.
Yes. Yes. Full blessings, of course, for this, and may this me keep dissolving, disintegrating into the emptiness more and more. Bless you, bless you. Okay, very good. Let's go to Karunamai.
Namaste, Father. Thank you.
Namaste. Welcome.
I wanted to check in with you, and I could also observe a process inside me now, like maybe don't put your hand up, just wait for something to happen before I put my hand up. So I thought maybe it's good to come as I am. And it's good to come as I am.
Yeah. Oh, that was it? Okay.
No. I've been experiencing these dull states.
Yes. Still the jet lag is on?
It's been on for 50 years, I think, and many lifetimes.
50 years. That's a nice way to put it, actually, for all of us. Yeah.
And Monday, I did not want to come to Satsang because I wanted to transcend this state by myself, either through prayer or sitting. And I wasn't successful. There were moments like the way it presents is like mind is very empty. There is nothing coming, but the heart, the soul seems closed. Like there is nothing there either. There is no love, and it was just dull. And then at some point in time, the soul was back. But
How long was the mind empty before you judged that the heart was dull?
I guess
I was promised the love. I was promised the sweetness of presence. I was promised all this in the heart. And I was told that if you're empty, then you will get all of this. Like that?
and then you sit depressed for days and nothing seems to be flavored with the self.
Yeah. Because when we get caught up in the world, in Maya and in its play, then that is a hellish sort of experience. You see, so to be away from that which is the highest, we can then have no expectation about what that state should be, and in fact, we should be happy that it's not much worse. Yes, because we have let go of the highest. So, what is then the right approach? The right approach is to return to God for God's sake, for the love of God, to return to His presence for His sake, not for the what changes in the sense of our experience. Because there is no timeline that we can set for God saying, I have been empty conceptually for 10 minutes. Where is the love? But I can tell you that in being empty in the head, in letting all thoughts come and go, it is still much better than what suffering you would have afflicted onto yourself through belief in thoughts, through identifying with constructs of the narrative.
I confirm through my experience what you're saying. Still, there is this spiritual seeker that's believed in.
Okay, so now one thing you've said about that one, tell me 9 things about God. Because you said 90-10 at best. So now you had your one statement about the spiritual seeker. Now focus on God and tell me 9 things about God. That's the rule in today's satsang. Yes?
That's wonderful.
Everyone?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is no matter how stupid you are, he's still picking you up.
He's still holding you. Very good. So that's one.
His love is priceless.
Yes. And you have to say from experience. Yes? You're saying this from experience.
Um, when you say experience, I'm looking
Your
after.
heart is showing you, your faith tells you that His love is beyond anything of the world and therefore it is priceless or boundless. What tells you? Is it just the mental construct, or do you find it in your heart that it is like that?
I was going to say it's past experience, and then I'm bringing this up because I think there is some trouble with this.
With what?
Okay? Like I was going to say
If you
it's
say
past.
more things about yourself, you'll have to say that many into nine about God.
Are you tired of talking, Father? Tired of talking
Yes.
about God?
I have been tired of talking for 10 years. Okay, but I hope you see what I'm getting at, because
I do, and I see it
the
in him,
the
as well.
me can seem so real and so meaningful, and its report seems so true, but all of this is reporting about that which is false. But the real can seem so unreal in this play of Maya that we find it so difficult to be able to say anything about that which is real. That means that we are in the wrong place. Because when we come to the right place, then every word that comes out of our mouths is actually the sharing of satsang, because it comes from His light, from His presence. You see, then your life becomes fully about Him, and you'll find it so painful, so much of a chore to talk about that one which actually doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But because it seems to exist so strongly, and that seems to be the starting point for most conversations. Okay, so we're saying that I am afflicted by this spiritual seeker identity. See, I seem to be afflicted with this spiritual seeker identity. So we've said that about the false one. Now, what can we say about the true one? Because the false will not be cured by feeding it more of the false.
True.
See, the disease will not be cured by adding more of the disease, no? It will only be cured by adding the antidote. So, the antidote in our life is God's presence. Until our focus doesn't become that our life doesn't start to turn to become about God, His presence, about the truth, the self, then we seem to go on this journey because we actually think we have time. But in reality, we don't have time. So, what I'm actually saying in a almost humorous way is a big imploration to all of you to make your focus about God, about the truth. And to start with, let's do this 90-10. But you can't escape now. You have 8 more things to go, or 7 more things to go.
Yeah. I, I also confirm this illusion that there is time that's procrastinating, I guess.
Yes, yes. So, but now you speak about God.
Because when you don't have time, you become
Yes, but
empty.
now you speak about God. Because this will add up, it will become 18, 27, 36. How is it that it's easier to speak 10 things about the false, you see, than it is to speak 10 things about the truth? That must be Maya, isn't it?
Yeah.
want to come back and share?
No, you can only speak about God now.
Yes. Okay, so we'll take that as one. Okay.
1 week.
That's three. That's three. Okay, so that's six more to go. Okay, I'll help you. Where is God?
Where I am.
Yeah, very good. This I am, can it ever leave?
No.
See, it can never leave. Yeah. Because it itself is the light of this universe. In its light do all perceptions appear. In his light.
Yeah.
Now, is he just this sort of physical light? What is his nature? You see? It's not just this physical phenomenal light. You see? Actually, the light which is the light of this universe is beyond perception.
Yeah.
So this one is with you. He is with you as I am, and therefore he is you actually. But in this play of Maya, it will seem like he is with me because there is a me which is a product of this I amness. Or there seems like there is a me which is a product of this I amness. In reality, it isn't there. So, where does love come from?
From God.
From God. So, God is the source of all love. Where does peace, joy, all that is considered, all that we can consider to be good, where does it come from?
From Him.
So once you get used to living in His light, in His presence, you will see that your tongue will not tire of speaking about Him. You see? Because there's so much grace, so much love He gives to us. All comfort, all rejuvenation, all true knowledge comes from Him. So once you get truly tired of speaking about yourself, and you realize that it only causes trouble. And when I say speaking, I'm saying dwelling on. You see, not just what your words are saying, but what you are focusing on, what you are dwelling on. Instead, dwell in His presence, in His light. Then the words that come from your mouth will be the words that remind you of God as well as those who are around you of His magnificence, of His grace. So remember that where is the center of your focus? If the center of the focus is still me, then whether you are inquiring or you're praying or you're following any other method of spirituality, it is going to hit that dead end. And we'll keep hitting that dead end because we don't leave this me. We don't leave our focus on the me. So the focus has to shift to God, the focus has to shift to the truth. And then truly, when our intention is just to live our life for God, to live our life for truth, then the Sadguru presence, then the Atma truly bestows His grace upon us and makes us His disciple. He guides us like a little baby, step by step. So we must truly endeavor to let go of this me. And you know what causes the identification with the me that you've heard a million times now? You see? So, which is the identification with the thought, with the belief. So, let go of that, dive into your presence, dive into your heart, and live over there. As long as we are living in our heads, you will feel like it is impossible to speak of God. When you live in your heart, you will find it laborious to speak of the me, cumbersome, painful. What a waste. Is it? What is there so much to speak about this lump of flesh? This clump of food is appearing here. What is there to speak so much about it? Is it? The same molecules that make it up, apparently, if you believe science, belong to some other food that you consumed. Is it? So what's the big deal so much to speak about it? It's all the chapatis and the dal and all the food you've eaten. That's all. Or bread or whatever you have. All the soup is just a soup. And compared to the Holy One who lives in your heart, what a blessing it is that the holiest, the Atma within, which is so beyond anything in this universe, graces us with its presence, with His presence, so that we could access that which is beyond this universe. We have to start using that as a lifeline, because truly that is the only lifeline. The Sadguru presence has to become our lifeline for everything in our life. You see, if we are reliant on the me for a solution to life, it is only going to lead to death. If you start relying on the lifeline of the presence within, of the Atma within, then you can meet that which is beyond life and death. So it's very, very important to switch your focus. Okay, let's go to Kunal.
Thank you, Father. Please stay with
Very
me.
welcome. Always, always. Very good.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste, namaste, my dear.
This Atma, this light, this God that we speak of, I've been having, I don't know if it's me or the mind, but the mind is having serious doubts about whether I have even experienced or I even know what the fragrance of that smells like lately. I do activities like the chanting and other things, and I was watching a video of yours, and I feel like at a certain point in the video, I was transmuted into another kind of state where it felt like his presence. It was a silence, it was a peace, a fragrance, but that silence and peace was more for, I felt, a benefit for me instead of true devotion to Krishna. I think I was chanting Krishna. I've been on a Krishna craze lately, and it's just hard for me to tell, Father, whether this is actually coming from a place of, am I just being in full devotion to God because for God's sake, like you say, or am I doing this because I think it's the right thing to do, or I'm going to please Ananta-ji by doing this, or so it's a lot of headspace going on here, Father, and yeah.
Thank you for this question. And many of you have had this question over the past couple of weeks, that the mind is tricking you and saying, but are you really doing this for God? you're doing so much, like you said, beautiful actually, that you said you're going Krishna crazy over the past few weeks. So the mind will try this new approach of saying, but really your devotion is not for Krishna, it is so that you can be helped.
Yeah.
You see? So forget about it. You keep up with your Krishna craze. I'm
Okay.
fully supportive of that. Don't make any mental conclusions about it. If you're tasting that devotion, that love, you see, of course it will help us. You see, it will help us. But only you will taste it when there is a true love for God there. You see? So don't have to fall for any mind tricks. The love is the reassurance, the light is the reassurance, the presence is the reassurance. And if it is coming to you, then you must value that and keep at it. Devote as much of your life as possible to feeling the love for God, for being in love with God, for being in His light, in His presence. So don't let anything come and distract you from that. You don't have to determine, at this point, you don't have to determine what it's for, who it's for. Just keep deepening in this. It's very, very good.
Yeah, just one more thing, Father, because I know that I think you said something that also really struck with me, that the thing that all the scriptures, regardless of what cultural context they come from, the one thing they're always pointing at is the demon of pride and self-concern.
Yeah.
And as soon as you said that, it was like the self-concern for me, that's the only reason why I'm not in God's presence. Like I can tell you a million of things, like a million different words and like examples of why I don't feel the peace, but that's the core principle which holds me from that. But it's so easy for me to fall into at the same time, you know?
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. When we identify that it is this pride, and pride is self-concern, you see? So this is very good. Very, very good. So keep spotting it this way. You will see that every spiritual story, every religious insight is about us letting go of our self-concern, especially our pride. So this is very good. So remain in your humility, remain in your head bowed down to God. Very happy, very happy.
Thank you, Father. Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Very welcome. Very. See, and that is, I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that some of you are noticing this. You see, because we don't realize, because we think when we make a lot of spiritual reports about the me, we are being spiritual. You see, but we are actually not. But because it is only when our life is accompanied by the presence of Spirit itself, when Atma is there, that is when we are being spiritual. You see? And if you really have the intention only to be in God's presence, in the way of the Atma within, then the method, then the life situations, everything will get clarified. What is most important is that you become one-pointed in your intention to remain with God. Or you're empty of all intentions, but you have to be completely true to yourself about that. It's very good, very good. And I want to tell you all that the discipleship of the Atma, or the tutelage of the Atma that I've been speaking about, is not some made up, fancy sounding, mystical, esoteric thing. It is a possibility for all of you. We can leave the discipleship of the selfish me in our heads and come to the true discipleship of the Sadguru presence within. That is why the Atma is called the Sadguru presence. Very blessing. So any teacher of God, their job is just to feed this heart insight to those who come, so that they can be plucked out of the hell of the discipleship of the oppressive mind, the prison of a mental life, of a life of mental oppression, to come to the true and holy place of the Atma within. And that Atma is the spirit. And that is why this is spirituality. You see? So we cannot have a spirituality without spirit. Let's go to Helen.
Hi, Father. Can you hear me? Hi.
Yes.
I'm reading at the moment the Brother Lawrence Practice of Presence.
Yes. A beautiful book.
And it's really helping me. But my question is, I know it's a mental one, but every master says that it gets easier, the mind gets more distant, and it doesn't come in your face so much.
Yeah.
But what I find within myself is that, like, at the moment, my head is pounding, both my ears are ringing. I find it hard to hear you.
Yeah.
But yet at the same time, there's a place within that's just loving God and doesn't mind the outer chaos and madness. And at the moment, the mind is mad. It really is. And yet there's just like a tiny core. And then my mind tells me, no, this isn't it. This is a trick. But because the mind is so strong at the same time as the presence being there, I feel it right now. And so I just sort of wanted to have your take on that, because two things are happening at the same time, like a strong love and belief, not a belief, a strong love for God and the magnificence of it. It's like when you said, tell me 9 things about God, it just started, it started this kind of, and yet the mind at the same time gets stronger and makes the ears ring, makes everything like I am going mad. So I just want your take on it, really.
Yes. Okay. So this can happen, and thank you for asking this question. So I want to tell you that it does get easier, but it does get difficult before it gets easier.
Yes, well, it's been difficult for several years now. It's like for 4 years since I came back from India, and
But let's look at it in terms of when you truly reinvigorated your turning towards God again, which was maybe a couple of months ago. So as you're reinvigorating your search towards, or you're turning towards God's light in your heart, then for the first few months, maybe for the first couple of years, we can expect the mind to keep resisting, and we have to go through that process, and then it starts to get a bit easier, and you start to settle in that presence without giving much value to what the mind is saying, because the mind is going to try with all its might to keep your allegiance with it. You see? So it will get easier, but remember that the time frame of these beautiful sages was a little different from the time frame that we are used to in the modern world. We are used to you know, placing Domino's pizza orders and things like that. So we're used to getting things very fast. So it will get easier, but like I've said to everyone, we are not going to track our progress unless it has been at least 2 years since we started the prayer, started the endeavor to completely live in God's light. You see, most of us have been spiritual for a long, long time. I'm not denying that. You see, but when was that reinvigoration of the commitment to completely live in God's presence?
Yes. Yes.
So let us
Like you say. Yeah.
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 And don't let the mind convince you that it is not working for at least, unless you've done for at least 2 years. It's like a child who takes admission in a college, wants to study psychology or something like that. You see, initially they will find it difficult, especially if it is a difficult college, a difficult class. So the parents will keep saying, no, try it for some time, try it for a year or two before giving up. You see? So keep at it, and I promise you that you will not regret this. Spending at least 2 years of your life fully focused on God's light, you will never regret it. I promise you.
Yes. At times, like yes, at times just comes like a powerful hit of God's magnificence.
Yes.
God's magnificence. So yeah, it's worth it. It's more than worth it. Yes. Yeah.
I want to tell you that all that it's very important to remember that God knows everything. You see, I know that you know, but it's also important to remind ourselves that He knows everything. He knows what we want in this moment. He knows what our intentions are. He knows whether we really want to live with Him in our heart or we want to play around with the me. All these things are known to Him, and He is much, 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 much more compassionate than just. I wonder if you heard me say this. I heard this from a great teacher. They said that Hanuman Poddarji, he said that we are actually very lucky that God is merciful and compassionate and not just. Because if God was just, who knows where we would be? We've neglected Him, we've left Him for so long, we have been selfish and full of pride for so long. If He was to actually do justice with us, who knows what would have become of us? But our life is testament to the fact that actually He is very merciful, He is kind. Whatever the narrative the mind may try to tell us. But at least in this life, I see only His compassion and grace, because this stupid man has got much more than he ever deserved. Much more. And in all ways, in the gift of spirit, in the gift of the Atma within, in the love, in the guidance, but also in terms of the world, everything that in His grace the world has given this one. So both ways, I would find it actually ludicrous to complain, because such an undeserving one being blessed in such a deep way is just testament to His love, His compassion. And as we keep turning more and more towards Him, you will find that we become so grateful, because we look at our life in a new perspective, and how many times we still go with our mind's selfishness instead of turning to Him, waiting for His will to guide us.
Yes. Thank you, Father. Sometimes it's because I made such a strong prayer, like all or nothing, and it feels like God is throwing all, so that I become nothing. The me becomes, dissolves, goes, disappears. I do feel that strongly, and thank you for your guidance. Thank you.
Just, I was telling a child, it came to me to say this, that the way to supercharge your prayers is to truly have faith that God is listening to every breath you are taking in the prayer, and even otherwise, of course, but don't ever feel like you're not being heard.
Yes.
Your inquiry, your prayer, your yearning, your longing for Him, your longing for the truth. He knows every moment of that. It is, nothing is hidden from Him. And when you pray, just have this deep faith that He is here with you. He's completely here with you.
All or nothing, Father.
Very good, very good, very good.
Much gratitude.
Bless you. Okay, let's go from Helen to Helena. Namaste.
Namaste, Ananta-ji.
Namaste.
I just felt I wanted to come up after the retreat last weekend.
Okay.
And I felt very, very good to be there. And after, when I came home, it was full on every day. So last, I think it was Wednesday or something, you said in the to someone not to get angry, but I can't do that. It happens, especially when the mind is so strong these last days.
Yeah.
Also during the night, and then these things happen, and then afterwards you feel ashamed and guilty. At least I do, because I don't want to be like that, but it can be so tough in the head. While on the other hand, I really feel it retreat also brought some urgency, like seeing that what an addiction the mind is, and I really feel that I do not want to go with that anymore. So I just wanted to.
So if the full instruction was, don't get angry, don't feel unworthy, don't feel guilty, don't feel proud, don't feel, all the mind stuff. Don't do any of that. Then the instruction is just to renew your commitment, renew our commitment to ourselves that we will not go to anger when we feel fear, when we feel threatened. And I was saying, when I shared that, I was saying that Anandamayi Ma said, we must never get angry. So the sage would not have told us that unless it was possible. Otherwise she would have said, oh, you shouldn't get angry, but actually all of you, nobody can do it. It is just going to happen anyway. So what is the way to look at that? The way to look at that is to take Ma's words to say, yes, she has said, don't get angry, so I will not get angry. But if it does happen, when I do get angry, then I'm not to get into either unworthiness or guilt or any of that mind stuff. Just renew my commitment again not to get angry again. Otherwise the mind is trying to say, okay, but this leads to guilt always. So can we just leave this instruction, don't get angry? Isn't it? So it's drawing that kind of thing. So I'm saying, don't get angry, don't feel guilty. But when you notice that you have, then just renew your commitment that you want.
I try to use it to sit and let it go on, and try to use it to ask all those questions, like who's suffering and so on. Not always possible, right? But because those sensation in the body is then so intense.
Yeah. Can I give you a small tip about this? So, you know what happens
please.
is that if you do this beautiful questions of inquiry, of the invitation, of all the beautiful contemplations that we can do, take a moment when you start to just bow down and ask for the Sadguru's blessing, the Sadguru's help, assistance in the whole process. So, because I have noticed in my life that all of these things, whether it is inquiry, whether it is insight about the nature of reality, whether it is truly to fathom the no thing which the absolute is, it is, for me at least, impossible to do without the light of the Holy Spirit within. Without His assistance, without His grace, it doesn't move. I can't even read a book, a spiritual book, unless He's guiding me step by step, because the words seem very confusing and it's very easy to get lost. So I've noticed that in cultivating servitude, obedience, and just a discipleship of the Atma within, that is the only time where my inquiry is deep, my spiritual understanding deepens, my insights become true. So don't take on all the load by yourself, because me with its own power cannot be rid of the me. The me needs the assistance of the true guide which is within our heart. So first come into His presence, come into His assistance, and then ask. You will notice that even your question, who am I, will lead you to such beautiful insights when done in the tutelage of the Atma within.
Okay.
So you'll supercharge your inquiry if you're holding on to the presence in your heart.
Okay.
Otherwise, it just seems like a very lonely, desolate sort of project to keep asking who we are. But actually, it is a very beautiful way to come to the truth, the absolute reality of who we are. But don't try to do spirituality without spirit. So keep doing what you're doing. Just have this humble attitude of needing help from God.
Okay. Thank you. I will. Thank you.
And very good. Bless. Bless.
Thank you.
This is a good point. Before we go to the next question, even our spirituality can be very full of pride. I have done this, I have inquired for 10 years, I have been practicing who am I for so long, I have. You see, all of that, then we can latch on to our insight saying that I saw that I am awareness, I saw that presence is within myself, this I can get very amplified. And then we notice that the people around us start telling us that you actually are more egotistical now than you were before you started spirituality. So we must actually take that into consideration. Is it true? Are we becoming an Advaita jerk because of what we are finding? And the point of coming to God, coming to truth, is to deepen in our humility, to recognize the nothingness of the me and the everythingness of the no thing. The nothingness of this me And the everythingness of the no-thing, that is Advaita, isn't it? So, in the process, we must not make mental conclusions or think that I have done something. Everything good that has come to us, everything which is true inside, is only as a result of that which controls our intuition, which guides our intuition, which is the Atma within. Otherwise, to recognize the unperceivable, to understand the unthinkable, none of us could ever do. You see? So it has to be a different source of knowledge. And there is an ever deepening of our love for that holiness within ourselves. Then you will see that all insight, all love, all servitude, everything comes as a gift from God. Just rely on Him. Contemplate with full faith that the guide is with you, the Sadguru presence is with you. Good. Very good. Let's go to Adrian.
Namaste, namaste, Father.
Namaste.
First of all, I can say that I don't know if there will be a time when I won't be so nervous when I speak in satsang.
That's okay.
I don't know.
Yes, we all have some of this conditioning of speaking in front of everyone or things like that. So don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah. May I share that there or a confession that some frustration is felt when I hear you say that about the body, the body is just food, you know, and
But is it not the truth? I'm happy to be corrected. I'm happy to be corrected about that. What is it made of?
Yeah, I agree that one aspect is just the molecules and food and but I feel there are also the vitality in it, all the ways that it's functioning, the beautiful way that the cells are interconnected and growing and healing, and it also has this aspect, I feel. And
Yes. That's a very good point. So I've actually been wanting to say that this intelligence, this life, this aliveness is what my head is bowed down to all the time. But the construct of the image called the body, which is just constructed with the food that we've consumed, that we are so attached to, you see, hardly anybody bows down in reverence to that intelligence which gives this bunch of food life. That we must revere.
yeah.
Everything that we have, you see. So I have no argument about that. And maybe when I call it food, then I must also say, but what animates it is God's presence. What animates is where my head is always bowed down to.
Yeah, I feel that was where the confusion and the frustration was a bit. I also am amazed how the body can, how you say sometimes how these molecules don't fall apart, and they just and I was also looking about the religions of the world. Like I feel somehow like the Abrahamic religions compared to the Indian religions. they have a bit of my feeling. I don't know if it's true, but in Christianity, for example, I feel there is some importance put on the duality of body and God and the others. Like, for example, in the examples like Kingdom of Heaven or the resurrections and compared to Buddhism or Advaita Vedanta, where the point is to be free of samsara and to I I was just contemplating a bit.
Okay, okay. It's very good. It's very good contemplation. Very good. Just keep going, and you realize that on the surface there are so many differences. In the expression also there are so many differences. When it comes to Buddhism or Vedanta, actually it is impossible to really say that this is what Vedanta is all about. Even when we say Advaita Vedanta, because there's also Dvaita Vedanta, but even if we say Advaita Vedanta, there are 100 different ways in which the pointings are communicated. So therefore, what must we do? Because there is so much wealth of beautiful knowledge available to us in all cultures, all religions, all traditions. We must take that which our heart is pointing us to. We must be guided by that. We must follow the promptings from within and just don't worry about exploring more and more and more, because if we end up labeling ourselves as just this or just that, just Advaitin or just Hindu or just Christian or just Muslim or just Sikh or just Sufi, then we restrict ourselves in this way. The curriculum of the Atma is very, very broad. So it uses everything that it can to bring us deeper into God's life, into God's presence. So allow its promptings, allow its nudgings to move you, and take the seeming apparent contradictions into a place where the contradictions are resolved, in the sense that they become like Zen koans, where in the intellect, in the mind, they can never be resolved. You see? But there's a deeper place where you will see that all that is pointing to God, all that is pointing to the truth, you see, is made for you, and because it is so vast, let the Sadguru presence within determine the next step of the curriculum. Then you'll always keep deepening, you will always keep growing. Okay? So I'm very happy you're doing this comparative study, and I did a lot of that in the younger days and continue to do it to some level, where I'm forgetting the authors and things now, but one of the most beautiful book that I tried to irritate some of you in Satsang in those days was the comparative study of Upanishadic philosophy. So this book was comparing what the Upanishads say with all the various traditions of the world, especially the Greeks and other philosophers of those times. And they found something very beautiful, actually, since I'm digressing a bit, but they found that in those times between India and Greece, there was not much interaction or no interactions in the really older days. But there were movements in consciousness within the realm of spirituality, within the realm of philosophy, where when one tradition was taking everything to be made up of fire, you see, then in India also we were taking Agni or the fire to be the source of everything. When a tradition was taking the like an ether to be the source of everything, then in India also there was a sort of explanation about how ether is the source of everything. So there's beautiful movements that happen in consciousness throughout the world, and somehow these get replicated even when there is no physical interaction in those days. Now, of course, with internet and social media, it's all together, but it's very, very useful to just explore where humanity is deeply searching for the truth of who they are, what is the truth of existence, has found such beautiful things in their journey. So just be open-minded and keep uh, keep following your heart's guidance. That is important, because otherwise you're just collecting a lot of
Yeah.
information. You see, but your heart will navigate you very well. It will be your compass guiding you. You see, then you will see, wow, this is so beautiful. It is said, it says Nirguna Brahman, Saguna Brahman, and the play of the Atma in the appearing as if it is in the Jagat. You see, in one tradition, Advaita Vedanta, or some parts of Vedanta, then in very, very similar ways, it is said the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and the Holy Spirit in another tradition. And you start to see that actually, when you're searching for the truth, the language of expression may end up being a bit different, but and the way the building blocks are put together may seem a bit different, you see? But actually the building blocks are very much the same if you look at most traditions, you see? And then the process of culling out stuff from that particular way of teaching is done with the aid of the intellect. And because it is done with the aid of the intellect, you see, then our intellect, which is accustomed to another way of life, another tradition, another religion, doesn't like that other way of expression, or it seems contradictory. But if you just meet it in your heart more and more, you will see that there are such beautiful fountains of God's light and love across the world. You see, God has not left any part of the world without His light and love. You see, so um, from the American, the Indian, they called Indians, the ones who were found over there, the original Indians in North America, they have such beautiful ways of praying to the Holy Spirit, okay, in their traditional language. So it's just so beautiful. So just keep exploring and keep picking up that which appeals to your heart, and let go of that which is divisive or troublesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel I've been doing this for quite some time. I mean, for when I was younger, but and I also um, thank you for. It's good that I first came to Satsang, and then I got closer to Christianity, because I can understand it better in my heart through your guidance and Guruji's guidance, and because I used to have in my country is mostly Christian, Orthodox Christianity, and I've encountered many people who I've encountered many such Christians who are very divisive and intolerant to other religions, and this put me off, like this distanced myself from this religion, and I only now I've started to read more from New Testament, and I've also ordered a New Testament, New International Version. I hope it's a good version. And
Same.
yeah,
Sorry?
and sometimes I feel like I don't know if some parts of the New Testament have been left out or mistranslated over the thousands of years, because some things that Jesus says are not so actual, and I don't know. So I kind of lacunic. I don't know if that's the word. Like they're missing some explanations. For example, he says about divorce, that divorce is a sin. It's like adultery, and many people these days believe that it's a great sin. And also, one time when I was younger, I was going through some very difficult times, and I went to a priest at the monastery and made a confession. and he told me that having sex before marriage is a deadly sin, and I don't feel in my heart that it's such a big deal. So some things I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, my dear. So, my advice to you now is to just take that which resonates, take that which seems to be feeding your heart, and then these difficult aspects will also clarify themselves. You see, in terms of divorce or premarital sex, all of these are very controversial topics in today's world because the world is also changed in various ways. So for now, don't worry about the topics which bother you. Fall in love with the love, fall in love with the simplification uh, of the pointing which Jesus and Krishna offered us, where in India we were left with so many Upanishads that nobody could actually fathom them, you see. And then Krishna made it simpler for us by giving us the Bhagavad Gita. In the same way, in Judaism, there were so many different laws, so many different rules to follow. And then Jesus simplified all of it with making it central about love for God and love for our brothers and sisters. So
Yeah.
focus on the central aspect of it as much as you can, and then the rest of it, the Atma within will also reveal to you more and more. So
You,
don't allow.
sorry, yeah, say, yeah.
I was just saying
Uh,
that your the spirit will reveal to you more and more. You see what was the context, what was the pointing, really pointing to. So don't worry about the things which cause trouble. There's so much that we can just learn from the things which we can learn from.
yeah.
Remember
Sorry,
that, sorry, I keep
I
rambling on. Go
didn't.
ahead.
No, I didn't understand a bit. You said to focus on the love part, no? Uh,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
So what happened is that from my limited understanding, I don't know much, but it seemed very similar to what Krishna did for us, where the Upanishads, if you try to read, you see, they are very difficult to really fathom, and there are so many different things. Everything is actually said over there. So then people said, so what do we actually do? You know, we are not academicians, we are not scholars. How do we really understand what is the right way to come to God and what is the right way to live in the world? So Krishna provided the Bhagavad Gita out of his love and mercy for us. In the same way, when in Jesus' times there was so much complication and only very few could really understand the crux of what was being offered in the Torah and these beautiful books. So he just simplified the commandments, he simplified the what is called laws to make it about love for God and about love for our neighbor, for our brother and sister.
Yeah.
So that really helped, and to tell us that uh, the true place where we can meet God is within ourselves. You see, that was very radical in those days. You see? In those days, for that part of the world, in India, because the teachings about Atma and things were present for a very long time. Maybe it wasn't that radical, but in that part of the world, it was very radical to say that you don't need to go anywhere. Wherever you are, you can pray to God. You don't have to follow these rituals. You can love Him wherever you are. So it was very revolutionary and very beautiful for him to offer that at the huge risk and
Yeah.
in those days where one would have to take to go against the traditional teachers. So don't worry about the things which are not understood yet. There's enough to learn from that which is resonating.
Yeah. And maybe I feel in my heart that some of the things that were Jesus said that today are controversial, maybe they were right in those contexts, in those for those people that he said this to. Like for example, divorce, or
Yeah, that's true. It could be like that. But from what I remember, he said that don't divorce your partner unless there is adultery. Or maybe I have not understood it, but somebody can help me with that. But that I'm not saying that we must live like that in suffering if you're not happy in a relationship, but maybe there's something to that, pointing that we are we're very half-hearted in our relationships today, where we don't give ourselves completely, we're not willing to serve. It is mostly a demanding of 50-50, you see, instead of 100-100. So maybe there's something to learn even there. So I'm not going to quickly say it was just for that time. You see, I'm nobody, in fact, to make that kind of claim about Jesus's words. But it's good to contemplate. Good to contemplate.
Yeah. Thank you, Father.
Thank you. Very good. One child says, even your old pictures radiate presence. This life satsang feels dead, not able to connect. That's why I'm shifting lower and lower. When I started, I was on that chair up there. Because there was presence and radiance. Now it is just old dead man talking. Down on the ground. Thank you.
Father, you want to bring this front?
Huh?
You want to bring this?
It's okay. It's okay. Now you feel the presence is getting diluted.
I bring the pain.
No, it's fine. No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, let's go to Aniko.
Thank you, Ananta-ji.
Very welcome.
Actually, I don't really have a question, and I just wish to be with you a little bit like this, in this connection, without, I don't know. It always feels like when I am with you like this, I always step into this unknown. I don't know what is, and at the moment there is so much fear.
She started laughing when she said, at the moment there's so much fear. What to do, what to do. But she manages to start off very seriously every time. So the problem is not what to do with this one. Yeah? The problem is what to do with that serious one who seems to get built up during the week. Yeah? What is takes a few minutes. Still laughing, yes, yes. So that's what I want to know, what happens during the rest of the week. Where did this one go away? I was just going to say, we should just call her to India and she can become a laughter yoga teacher or something like that. Oh yeah. So Zoki and can form a company here or something like That's what she's worried about. No, hungry. Today I didn't even have to say anything at all.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's put Zoki on. And now she's under a bit of pressure, no, to laugh.
Trying to be serious now.
It doesn't work on demand like that. You unmute everyone.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's see if the mic is on. Yeah. Thank you, Aniko.
What happened to that fear? I heard some talk of some fear. Did she mute herself? Yes. Okay. Good, good. Okay, let's go to Paula. How can she still have a question? Let's see what the question
I don't
is like.
have it.
Do you remember your question? No.
No. Actually, I didn't have a question. It's because you asked me to come every Friday. So
Oh, yes. True.
Otherwise, I don't, and even less after this. But
yeah.
No.
So are you back? Are you back in Colombia now, or where?
Yes. Now I'm here visiting my mom for a few days, but now tomorrow I go back home. Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Very good. I feel your smile says it all. So very good. Very good.
I feel you're a good father. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Bless you. Bless you. Very good. Let's go to Georgie.
Yes, Father.
Hello. Not so clear. Say again. Say something.
Hello. I can turn it up.
It's a bit mild, my child. We can make do. Don't.
Can you hear me now?
This is very good, but you'll have to sit like that.
Okay. I just turned up the volume. Is it okay now?
Good. Yeah, this is good. Perfect.
Why are you sitting there, Father?
Why am I sitting here? I just feel like why this stupid, foolish man should sit up there. Yeah. That's why. Good enough. She's expecting more. I feel that about covers it.
I do have a follow-up question about the talk we had here.
Yes.
I started praying for my brother, like you said, and I felt that it was presumptuous to pray like that for him, like determining what his fate should be or something like that. Like it is one thing to say blessings to him, but it's another thing to ask for the light of God in his heart, as if I should determine what his path should be or something like that.
This we should determine. This we should determine. This is fine to determine.
This is fine.
Because God's presence can only be the highest gift for anyone, even if they are unwilling receivers. You see? So, and of course, God knows when the best time would be. But to pray for that can never be presumptuous or like forcing it or nothing like that. You're praying for the light which is anyway giving life to life. So for that to be met with and recognized as the light of spirit within our hearts, I feel like it is. Will everyone, if you were to tell them about it, will everyone value it in the moment? Will anyone really even understand what the prayer is? That may not happen, but God knows. You see, that you are wishing for that very highest which can be given to us for a brother, and in this case literal brother. So God knows what your intention is. So it's safe. There's nothing to worry about that. You can't say, should I pray for him being blessed by the light of spirit, but actually he's just happy if he had a, like a Ferrari or something like that. It is not about that really. You're really sending your blessings for the highest for him. You see, and God's presence is the highest in every way.
Okay. I felt like it was almost selfish to pray like that when I was praying like that,
I am not making the connection. How would it be selfish?
Because
it would be selfish if you said, sorry, but it would be selfish if you said, bless him with the light of Atma so that he talks to me. Something like that. But you're not saying that. No?
I don't know, like he had a connection with my so-called path and not with his, something like that. So,
yes, but this
not what he wants.
Yes, but if the path is spiritual, then spiritual has to be spirit. So in his path, what do they want?
Sorry?
In his path, what would they want? What would be the highest gift?
For him?
In his path, if he's on a spiritual path.
Oh.
Oh, you mean that both of you are on different journeys and you don't want to... I see what you mean. Is it like that? Oh.
I don't understand what you're saying right now. I mean that I mean that he's not on a spiritual path.
See, don't worry. See.
Yeah, like he's not focused on that, maybe.
Yeah. Who knows how it happens? But you can never be selfish if you're wishing the highest that we can conceive of for a brother or sister.
Yeah.
It would be selfish in another way if you said, bless his heart with the light of spirit, but not before me.
Yeah.
You're not doing that.
No.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
You never know how God's presence can change an entire life in a moment, where we may be on some egoic expedition and something calls us from our heart for just one moment, and we just become still for just that one moment. We are blessed with His light. It could change our entire life. Also, it is really worth contemplating what this means for us, because of course in the worldly conversation, people will say, but you are spiritual, but why you then forcing in this way, praying for another to become spiritual? You see? You see? But really, the way I see it is that, okay, don't take offense because we're talking about your brother, but any of our brothers and sisters in the world, I feel like most of them are living like zombies. You see? And if we truly have faith that this is the only antidote to that zombiehood, you see, then why would we not offer it? You see, and of course, if we are wrong, may God slap us. You see, may whatever we are wrong about slap us. You see, but if this is so true in our heart, that the only true purpose of life, the true meaning in life, comes in being in His presence, becoming a temple of His light, then the zombie doesn't have to want the antidote. So, of course, it's a bit more nuanced than that, but not that much more.
No, but it's true that we start the path without knowing where we're going.
Exactly. You see, but even that is because of grace. The Atma took mercy on this foolish man, that he went from being an atheist and then getting a bit squeezed in life to going to a bookshop looking for a book on astrology and actually picking up a book which led him to this spiritual way. How did that happen? I still don't know. It is just, I'm so glad that sometimes the spirit forces its way. Mostly it just waits for us to become open to Him, to His light. But in the really crucial moments in our life, it just takes on the steering wheel itself, without which we may have never turned towards God. I don't know whose blessing that was that came to me.
Maybe your brother.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So if we are really wrong about this, and if I'm really wrong about this, then I'm definitely the most foolish one here. So may God bless us with wisdom. But right now it feels so true in my heart that there is no better gift than the darshan of Atma, than the gyan of Atma for any of our brothers and sisters. It's not a question of, at least it doesn't seem like a question of any more random outcomes at the end of this life and you have to throw the dice and then whatever has to happen, nobody knows. It seems very apparent that this life and death can be dealt with in His presence or in the hellish existence of selfishness and ego and pride. So if somebody comes first time in satsang today and says, Father, what I really want, or Ananta, what I really want, you see, is to get the best partner for life. You see, to get the best partner ever. That's what I really want. And when I pray for them, the prayer ends up becoming, may he be blessed by the light of your spirit. Would you feel like I did them a disservice?
Well, that was the first thing the other day, but
You can contemplate this question.
No, of course it's service. There's just this, and I guess it's mind saying, don't be presumptuous, don't be selfish. But it's not God saying that.
Tell the mind to not be presumptuous.
Yeah.
Presuming your presumption is being too presumptuous.
Right.
Because what happens, if you really look at life, nobody really knows anything. Nobody really knows anything, whether to go left or right, whether to do this or not, what is truth, what is love, what is justice. I keep taking the example that in thousands and thousands of years of humanity, we still don't know whether it is the right thing to do to give money to a beggar or not. Because it's all contextual, it's all in the moment, it all depends on where the whole play is coming from. So we have tried to philosophize on justice, on ontology, on epistemology, and all of these big fancy things, but nobody knows anything. That is why our life, if we were getting full of so much wisdom, we knew all the truth about everything, then anxiety should be reducing in the world. But what is happening? It is increasing. Stress levels should be reducing. With more financial comfort, with food availability increasing for most of the world. All these things should be going down, but actually it is only going up. That is because we are just so unstable. Our minds are just jumping from here to there. The only stability comes from the light of the Atma within. The only way to lead a stable life is to be in His presence. Because the light getting stronger and brighter guides us. And when it seems to get dim and disconnected, then we are going in the wrong direction. That becomes our navigator for the rest of our life. Who has a navigator like that except without coming to God? Who has a rejuvenator, comforter, a beloved without coming to God? We keep hoping for these things to happen from the outside in the world, but all those things become tiresome in a few with the passage of time. So I can't fathom a greater gift, a greater friend, a greater love, a greater guru than the Atma within, the spirit that we are praying for. And our lives are changing. It is saying that our lives are changing so much in that holy blessing that we are privileged to receive. Just because our brothers and sisters don't take it to be reality, it's like the example of the Plato's cave, isn't it? If our brothers and sisters are all looking at shadows as the real life, and you are the one that has seen the sun to be real, then it is your job, although you may be attacked, to inform them of the truth, isn't it? And it is the nature of those who believe things in big numbers, and then that popularity of that belief becomes the safety of the belief, to attack anyone who presents a different perspective. So, but that doesn't mean that we say, okay, your perspective is that the shadows is you, so I won't bother you. You see? You're tied up in front of the shadows.
There's a big part saying that, and there's a little bit of that, whether it's the mind or not, that things should be let be, that people have their own time to wake up to God or to want God and
Okay, so what would it be if it was you? Of course, you would say, suppose that we met we are sitting on an airline seat next to each other, You don't know about satsang, you're busy with a life, being a translator, and you have your hobbies, you like football, you like all of these things. And suddenly we were given a seat together in a airline, this thing, and we started talking. Yeah. What would you, having seen more of the light now, what according to you would have been a gift and what would have been a waste?
It would, of course, have been a gift to receive your words, but I would not have been open at any time in my life until I was open through suffering at that time.
Yeah. But the power of the words of the Spirit is that in the moment, even if they're rejected, they may be become a seed somewhere and may flower. So that is the beauty of the trust in the Atma within that. And there's nothing to be offended about them, because if you are just an instrument to the Spirit, for the Spirit, then you just shared His words from your heart. And if they're rejected, it's really up to the Atma to deal with that. It's really not, the instrument can't really do anything about it.
Yeah. I guess that's where the it's okay lies, in just being okay with whatever happens with the action that came from the heart in sharing God. Yeah, it doesn't matter what happens after that.
Because you truly feel that, once you truly feeling that your heart is using your mouth to communicate, and actually it is never to waste, because you are the number one student. You see? So even if it came from your mouth and the other doesn't receive it, at least you heard it. You see? So that's why I keep saying that everything that comes from satsang is first for me. You see? I must apply it more to myself rather than it becoming preaching for everyone. So in that way also it can never go to waste. But even another, we know the intelligence of the one that runs this universe. It knows exactly which words have to be said when. Just send your brother a recording of this conversation. Nah, just kidding, don't. Good,
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, my child. Thank you so much. Let's go to Samya. Good. Not.
Hi, Father.
Hello, my dear. Good.
I'm not sure if I have. Can you hear me now?
Little bit, yes, little. It's not so good though.
Better?
Yes, much.
Okay. I love you, Father, so much.
Love you too, my child.
I'm not sure if I have something to say. I just could not find the strength to take my hand down, and here I am. Yeah.
Good, that's fine.
Yeah, just love you so much.
Love you too. Bless you, bless you.
Bless you too so much, Father.
Thank you, thank you.
It just humbles my heart a lot to see you in this humility more and more. It's just humbling my heart a lot. Yeah. It was like, yeah, you are the figure of God for all of us. And now just seeing you that humble, just, it makes me very humble, you know, like, yeah, I don't know what to more say about this, but to see you humble makes me more humble. And I feel like just merge with this, whatever it is, like losing oneself, you know, like in one song, one of the students of Guruji, actually I was listening it all the time, but in this retreat, first time I hear like the path is lesser known. And it's really started to become like this, like I don't know anything. Sometimes I don't even understand the word of God or anything in satsang, but it feels like I don't know anything, but at the same time, it's just I'm just so much with you. We are one in this. Like I'm with you, you know, and yeah, in this humility, maybe I don't know. Yeah.
Bless you so much, Macha.
Bless you too so much, Father. And
Kids actually don't get to see how proud I still am. So I have a long way before becoming humble. So. But thank you
it doesn't seem so. Yeah. I mean, you are doing so much for us, and it is so humbling, your love and your care for us.
Thank you. I'm going to take that as encouragement. Thank you. Yes.
I don't know how you take, but this is how it is on my part. And yeah, just thank you so much for loving us so much. Yes. Thank you. Love you.
So much. Bless you.
Bless you too.
There's one more hand. Let's go to Bodhi.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste, my dear.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Something started burning when you were talking to Georgina.
I see.
And there is not much that can be said because it's not like it would be given some shape or something. It just deeply touched my heart from within.
Very good.
And the beauty of that is just so purifying that it wants to spread it everywhere.
Very good.
And to maybe the love for my son I have, you know, who has been in the prayers for 5 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to pray before.
Yeah.
It was just maybe the conceptual prayer, but now it's coming from heart. And for this, there is a immense gratitude to Guruji, to you, and Nisargadatta, Yogiram Surat Kumar Madevaki, to everybody, and also, okay, I'll let it run. Also, all these programs that I see on TikTok about people being homeless on the street.
All the videos, okay.
It's just it just does something here within, and then there is this calling because it's not like saving somebody or showing charity, or it has got absolutely nothing to do with it. It's just that unity with them. I always had this weak spot in my heart for all these violated people or abandoned or neglected, who are so often so much rich in spirit and love. And I don't know what this wants it to be said somehow.
Yes, may.
Thank you for listening. And also, whatever brings this holy fire in this heart to life, may it be blessed, may it be fully accepted, may it be so infectious that everybody can feel it. That's the only infection I would like to spread. It's not me, it's not mine. Sometimes, so luckily we can't control that. And it just is. And when Samia was talking about this gratitude, actually, I didn't know what a gratitude is for a very long time, till about like the gratitude in this hard language.
Yes.
I don't know how to describe that. And I was sitting at a balcony at the top in the retreat, and this anger from above was really, really like even the closest to be with Guruji, because
I see.
Because it was always easier for me not to be in physical contact with people or the sages than to be in form.
Yes.
And from, if I may share this, Guruji was coming, and that was the word gratitude and this true compassion just got melted. And I just wanted to pin myself into his rope, not to move from him for never, ever. Like, not like this form or his form. It has never been like that with Guruji or you or Yogiji or all of them, all of you, all of us. And I'm so deeply humbled and grateful for this. For the glimpse of God.
That's very good. Use that holy fire in your heart. It will guide you. Allow it to move every step. Allow it to say every word. And if you forget and you go your own way, then just when you notice, just remember and return. Very good.
May I say something more further? We've been talking about pride for quite a while.
Yeah.
And whenever there is this movement from heart to mind, upwards instead of downwards, inwards, it feels uncomfortable. And Guruji was saying, actually, what really struck me was that, like, I don't know if I can say that again, like, mind wants to come back to the heart because it came from the heart. And I can't explain that in words.
Yeah.
But it was such a huge help. It is such a huge help because it's helping to somehow, like, be the embodiment of acceptance, or I just don't know.
Yeah.
And so this would be put into your feet, Father. Again, I just this no, I don't know what else to say. And this may there be only God's voice followed and heard. Amen. Amen.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Okay, let's go to Radhesham. Huh? 1 second. Very good.
राम राम फादर।
राम राम जी, राम राम।
कैसे हैं आप?
सब ठीक, सब अच्छा है, सब अच्छा।
आपकी कृपा के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। चरण स्पर्श।
Bless you, bless you, bless you.
थैंक यू फादर।
Okay, let's go to Kesha.
Hi, Father.
Hello, hello.
I just felt inspired by everyone speaking, and I'm not as eloquent as everyone else, and Samia's words are very eloquent and elegant, but I feel to say on behalf of the whole Sangha how much we love you.
Oh, thank you.
And I feel I can say if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't begin to love God. We wouldn't know how to without your guidance and your support. And maybe we're just scratching the surface in the beginning, but it's been worth it to even just begin. And I just wanted to say this on behalf of the whole Sangha. We really do love you and appreciate you, and the gratitude is beyond what can even be expressed. And even in the moments of tantrum or anger, there's still love.
Yeah. Sweet, so sweet. Thank you, much. I love you. and love all of you so much. Bless you. Bless you all. I see the beauty of all of you opening up to God's light and His love. And it really touches my heart. I'm very happy. Really happy.
So happy too, Father. So happy. May this just continue to deepen and be true, and to just continue and to just continue to offer up everything for this. May it continue.
It will.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, as we were saying this morning, but it was just the highlight in which we were talking. But He doesn't leave. So unless we leave, it is bound to deepen, because His grace, His love, His presence is infinite. And we will never come to and it's a beautiful thing that we will never come to the end of it. It is bound to get deeper and deeper. I'm so happy with this beautiful adventure that all of us as a family are undertaking together. And I'm very, very touched by how all of you are growing. I don't often say this because I know the pride is our big nemesis. So but, all of you are deepening so much and growing so much. And I'm very, very humbled to be used by God in this way. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's only because of you, Father, really, that we're deepening in this way.
I really mean it, that everything good here just comes because He is here. You can't imagine how stupid this man is, really.
Even with that, it's okay.
Okay, there's some messages which I'm just going to read. Maybe we need to read that one again to make us humble again. So this child said, even your old pictures radiate presence. This live satsang feels dead, not able to connect. Very good. Thank you.
That's a hard one for me to hear, Father. That was hard for me to hear.
But it's natural. If you're feeling disconnected, then obviously it does feel there. And those of you feeling connected, then you'll feel like, what are they talking about? That's natural.
Yeah.
Then next one said, thank you, Father, I have to leave now. I just want to make one point about the experience of God's presence, and that is His mercy. Yes, it is so felt in daily encounters with the world as it plays out here. Yes, life is so ephemeral and magical that it cannot be explained by the rational mind. A faith that comes from the billions of named and unnamed miracles from His mercy and grace is beyond question. It is not possible to deny His presence in the most mundane and ordinary, as well as the seeming miraculous. So grateful for the school of life, which is all His grace. Thank you. Then you said something, my child. Very good. To Meera at one place. I missed the context of that one.
She was on the screen.
Acha.
We saw her peeking on the screen on the side of you, Meera. She's so sweet. She's
out of it.
She's out.
Then My mother's been seemingly close to all of this, but the other day she surprised me. She said, when I used to meditate years ago, it would take me hours to get to a presence, but now it only takes minutes. She started meditating and she is seeking God. I am so happy. That's very beautiful. Very good. Very good. God is so surprising, and I wouldn't have predicted this. Thank you. Thank you. We'll take obedience question next time. Thank you all so much. Somebody wants to sing? Radha wants? She's like, what planet is this? Which pace, which tempo? Making the Praharsh joke. He's gone to Kerala.
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे गोविंद राधे राधे गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद
I always get confused. Murli Mano. I'll die by saying that now.
Yes. मुरली मनोहरा गोपाला आनन्दनन्दना गोपाला मुरली मनोहरा गोपाला आनन्दनन्दना गोपाला मुरली मनोहरा गोपाला आनन्दनन्दना गोपाला मुरली गोपाला गोपाला मीरा के माधवा गोपाला राधा हृदयेश्वरा गोपाला मीरा के माधवा गोपाला राधा हृदयेश्वरा गोपाला नंद सुनंदना गोपाला आनंदनंदना गोपाला नंद सुनंदना गोपाला मुरली मनोहरा गोपाला आनंदनंदना गोपाला मुरली मनोहरा हे मायाधीश्वरा गोपाला वैकुण्ठेश्वरा गोपाला हे मायाधीश्वरा गोपाला हे वैकुण्ठेश्वरा गोपाला हे मायाधीश्वरा गोपाला हे वैकुण्ठेश्वरा गोपाला हे मायाधीश्वरा हे वैकुण्ठेश्वरा गोपाला गोपी जनरञ्जना गोपाला आनन्दनन्दना गोपाला गोपी जनरञ्जना आनन्दनन्दना गोपाला मुरली मनोहरा गोपाला आनन्दनन्दना गोपाला मुरली मनोहरा आनन्दनन्दना गोपाला गोविन्द कृष्ण हरि ओम गोपाल कृष्ण हरि ओम गोविन्द कृष्ण गोपाल कृष्ण हरि ओम गोविन्द कृष्ण हरि ओम गोपाल कृष्ण हरि ओम गोविन्द कृष्ण गोपाल कृष्ण हरि ओम देवकी नंदन केशव माधव देवकी नंदन केशव माधव देवकी नंदन नारायणाय हरि ओम नारायणाय गोविन्द कृष्ण हरि ओम गोपाल कृष्ण हरि ओम गोविन्द कृष्ण देवकी नंदन केशव माधव केशव माधव देवकी नंदन केशव माधव केशव माधव नारायणाय हरि ओम नारायणाय हरि ओम गोविन्द कृष्ण हरि ओम गोपाल कृष्ण 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 हरि ओम Gopala Krishna Hari Om.
What is the one I used to always play at the end of Satsang?
Jai Jai Radha.
That is the one I play.
Hare Krishna.
That is
Which God was that? This one, the beat.
Yeah, that is true.
Radhe Radhe, I just sang.
No, that's the other one.
No, which he uses. Casey does. No, I really don't remember. I'm remembering this one. What is that? One of the Western bands. Which one is that? Not Krishnadas. No. The Beatles? Is that? I don't know. Govinda Madi Purush. Oh, that's
George Harrison.
George Harrison.
It's Krishna.
But that's Krishna only, no?
I used to play Gauri Shankar Priya.
Oh, wow.
Gauri Shankar Priya, Gauri Shankar Priya, Gauri Shankar Priya, Gauri Shankar Priya.
you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
Switching genre as well.
कि बिना जतन मिलता नहीं वो प्यारा महबूब, बिना गुरु की कृपा से तो वो मार्ग है दूर।
जाना है आना
Take me higher.
Come live inside my home. You are my love alone. I am here in your holy fire. For I know you can take me higher.
Father, come and take me
Father, come and take me
Father, come and take me
Father, come and take me Come, follow me, you say.
See?
You are the only I let go of my own desire. For I know you can take me higher. Higher. Father, come and take me higher. Higher. Father, come and take me higher. Father, come and take me higher.
Father, come
Father, come and take me higher. Father, come and take me higher.
Higher. Father, come and take me higher. Took time to understand.
Oh, man.
DJ.